Life is full of bullshit, and we're here to call it out. Real talk, raw truth, and plenty of spice. Welcome to She Who Drives.
We're your hosts, Kaytlen,
Mindi,
and Harrison.
And today we're celebrating another birthday. Harrison is about to turn 27. So obviously we're putting her in the hot seat and making today all about her.
you guys hear from her every week, but today we're going to get to know her a little bit better. What she's really like, what she was like as a kid, the woman she is now, the things that shaped her, and what she wants this next chapter of her life to look like. So who are you? Describe yourself in 3 words.
I would say I'm adventurous, kind for the most part. I'm actually a very kind person to any new person I meet. I would say that the only time I'm not kind is if you are unkind to someone in my family. I can usually take like people being bitchy to me, but if it's my family, then I'm not very nice. It's another one.
Funny.
You think I'm funny?
I mean, sometimes you think you're funnier than I do, but I still think you're funny.
I think I'm funny, but I feel like most of the time, Jason doesn't think I'm funny, so I feel like I'm not funny. Okay, funny. That's a good one. We'll go with that.
What's something people usually get wrong about you?
That I'm not kind. I feel like maybe sometimes I do have an RBF, but I feel like most of the time when people actually get to know me, they're like, oh my gosh, you're so much nicer than I thought you were going to be.
Isn't that funny? Like all 3 of us answered that question the exact same way.
Yeah. Yeah, I do feel like that's probably the number one thing.
Are you more sensitive than people?
Yes.
You are?
Yes. I guess it depends on what it is. I feel like if it involves my kids or like people saying certain things about my kids, I'm very sensitive. Like I can usually take like if you were to tell me like the boys were naughty or something, that like wouldn't bug me. But if someone else who didn't really know my kids were to like be talking shit on my kids, like that would really hurt my feelings. And another person that can really hurt my feelings, like certain things that Jason says that if someone else were to say it, it probably wouldn't bug me. But I feel like coming from him, I'm more sensitive to like stuff that he would say, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it just, I care more about his opinion of me than what other people would say. So.
What's something about you that you're really proud of?
I think probably digging myself out of like deep depression after I had Brixton. I think that that's something I'm very proud of because that was like really hard.
Yeah.
And really scary. So I would say that.
What is a side of you that you don't show people very often?
Yeah, I am a pretty big goofball and I feel like people probably think I'm a girly girl, but I grew up with 2 brothers and I am way more of like a tomboy. Like I love the outdoors. I'm just as gross as every boy around me. My mom always is like, where did you come from? I'm like, you raised me to be like this and I wouldn't change it. So
do you feel 27?
No. I feel like I graduated high school like 2 years ago.
Isn't that weird?
I actually often am like, I have 2 kids. Like, I'm a caretaker for 2 little people. Like, that's crazy. Do you ever feel like that?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that, and I'm 52.
Like, you feel like, how am I?
I don't feel like, I don't know, maybe for some people, I shouldn't say everybody, but I feel like if you stay young at heart,
yeah,
and you feel young, you know, that's like huge for everything.
Yeah.
I agree.
But yeah, I'm like, I could totally like go to a club with a bunch of 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds. I wouldn't want to because we know A, I'm not a drinker, B, I can't stay up anymore. But yeah,
Sleep in the corner.
Yeah. Little tiny Harrison. What were you like as a little kid?
I was very fearless. My mom and dad will always say this. I would always tell Peyton, it's okay, it'll be fine. Especially if it was something that was thrilling, going super fast on a tube or, jumping from cliff jumping, stuff like that. I was always the kid that was convincing other kids to do it with me because I was not scared of anything. But I was also very sassy. So
Where did your son get it?
he is so sassy. My dad,
Fearless.
yes, he's very fearless, but his dad's also very fearless.
Yeah, between the two of you.
What did you want to be when you grew up?
Two things. I wanted to be a doctor for the longest time, but I feel like when I got to middle school, the FBI would be my dream.
Yeah.
If I could have a dream job, it would be an FBI agent that's solving murders. Or a detective or something like that.
Is there anything that you were obsessed with when you were a little kid?
Yes. Hermit crabs.
What?
I was obsessed with hermit crabs, and my dad definitely fueled that obsession because he kept buying them for me even though they kept dying. I loved little things, anything mini. I was obsessed with, whether it was animals or trinkets. I loved many things.
Yes, your son.
Yep.
Yes.
The smaller, the better.
But yes, I loved I had a turtle growing up at my dad's house, which I loved, which also Brixton also loves. But yes, I loved hermit crabs.
Do you have a childhood memory that just instantly makes you happy?
I would say I don't really have any memories of my family being together. So one memory that I would have on my mom's side would just be Lake Powell. Lake Powell with my siblings was the best. We look forward to it every single year. It was the best week of our lives. With my dad, I can specifically remember, which most people would think this is so dumb, but we got for Christmas, all of us kids got this car that was it was the Razor scooter brand that you could sit on top of. You would sit on top of the hood, and me and my brothers were out drifting it in the driveway on Christmas morning, and that is a core memory for me because we loved it. And it broke within 2 days from the water.
Oh, man.
But I loved that.
What did you get in trouble for the most when you were little?
Wearing shoes in the house.
Oof. That's a bad one.
I know. It was always wearing shoes in the house or not shutting the door.
You are horrible about shutting the door. No.
No.
I can guarantee if she comes and gets Jet out a bottle and some Infamil.
Oh, you're talking about cupboards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anything that it needs to be shut, a diaper, whatever it may be.
No, I shut the cupboard, you mean?
Not all the way.
Yeah, I thought you were saying
leave it
the actual diaper. I'm I always roll up the diaper. I don't leave open diapers on the ground.
Drawers, cupboards, doors.
Yeah, I'm really bad at that.
But I do take your shoes off, and I prefer that over you closing the doors.
Yeah. That's because now that I'm older, I hate shoes in my house.
Yeah.
So I understand.
So if you could go back to 18, what did you think that your life would look like at this age?
I don't know. Me and Chasen were dating, so I definitely knew for sure that my life I would be with him. I don't think that I would think we were as far into our futures as we are, if that makes sense. I didn't think that
You're further along than you expected.
yeah, we had already, by the time I was 21, we had already built our first house. And I wouldn't have expected that when I was 18 to have our first house then. And, I things that don't really matter, I guess, your car, it doesn't really matter. But I wouldn't expect to drive one of my favorite cars at this age, or I wouldn't expect to have 2 boys at this age. I don't know. Yeah, I would say that.
Do you feel like people in their 20s put too much pressure on themselves?
Yes. I think even just being surrounded by people that are in their 20s and at completely different stages of their lives. Like, for instance, my brother and Chasen. My brother is pretty much the same age as Chasen, and he's a single man, and he lives with roommates, and Chasen's a dad and living with his wife. And then you look at, the twins. The twins are also in their 20s, but they're in their earlier 20s. And, one of them has a girlfriend and one of them doesn't, but they also own a home. Like, I just think that so many people expect to have their life completely together by the time they're in their 20s, but you're still so young when you're in your 20s. I would think by the time I'm like 30, I would feel like would be more of an adult, I guess. If like your 20s, you don't really feel like an adult still. But yeah, I think that there's so much pressure around when you're, you get out of high school. There's like, I don't know, maybe not for everybody, but I remember like right when I graduated high school, which my dad knows this was a flaw. I mean, I guess I shouldn't say it's a flaw. It's a typical parent, but he pressured that we go to college, that we get an education. And I think in today's world, like there's so many other ways that you can make a living without education. But I also think that it's such a great tool to have if you ever need it. Like, I definitely regret not getting an education. I went to higher school and I dropped out because I didn't like it. And then I went and I was an MA for a long time, which I did love that. And I also did like phlebotomy, but those are things that like I don't really remember how to do. So I feel like I'd have to like re-go to school, But yeah, I don't know. I think that there's way too much pressure around being in your 20s.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about like getting married young? Like, what was that like for you?
I feel like I didn't feel super young just because we had been together for so long before. But I wouldn't change anything. Like, I wouldn't have waited any longer. I feel like everything happened the way that it was supposed to. And I didn't feel like it was necessarily like, I mean, maybe Jason feels like it was rushed. I don't know. Do you guys think he felt like it was rushed?
No.
Because we were together for 4 years before we even got married. So I feel like that's a good time to know really the person and how they are living with them. And I don't care what anybody says. I think that you should live with a person before you marry them.
Yeah.
Because what if they're slow? Or what if they don't brush their teeth? Like, you wouldn't know that. And I also would not change having babies young, because pregnancy is hard on your body. And I think there's certain things that like I feel like I'm missing out on, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not really missing out, like staying out late with your friends, like not being, for example, we were at a friend's house, we had some dinner and we were hanging out and we had to go back to Kate's house to get our kids. And, those friends were probably out till 11 o'clock at night. And sometimes you feel like you're missing out, but like, are you really? Like your family is the most important thing. So having kids young was a good decision. And we weren't that young. I mean, we were young to probably people outside of Utah, but it's not like I was like 15 having a baby.
What surprised you most about your marriage and being married?
Surprised me? I feel like how much we grew as individuals, but also as a couple, and really like having to think about the other person when you're making certain decisions. And not that when you're dating someone you don't care as much, but I think that just like, I don't even know how to explain what I'm trying to say. Almost like there's like a fear of ever having to lose that person.
Yeah.
Like I know that you feel like that when you're dating, but like being married to Chase and like thinking about ever losing him is like my actual biggest nightmare.
Yeah.
And you know that. Or losing one of my kids, obviously. But yeah.
What part of becoming a mom do you feel like changed you the most?
My patience.
Really? You're not patient like that?
Sometimes, but sometimes I'm like, damn, am I like snappy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that being a mom surprised me, like how hard it really is, because I think like not a lot of women, but there are women who, you know, their first job or their first whatever is nannying or working in a daycare, which was something that I did both of. And I was like, oh, I'm so good with kids. Like this mom thing's going to be so easy. And it's completely different when it's your own kid. I mean, especially when you have them around the clock, like, you know, if they wake up in the middle of the night or, you know, they're a bad sleeper or they're teething or whatever it may be, I think just learning to survive with no sleep and be patient, and also having to worry about little people 24/7.
Just like constant survival mode.
Yes.
How do you make sure you don't lose yourself with being a wife and a mother?
Making time for things that I enjoy, which that happens to just be the gym, but for other people, it could be going for walks, it could be going hiking, it could be going shopping, like it could be literally anything, but always making sure that I make that time for myself. And the same goes for Chasen. Like, he obviously works all day, so he is gone, or he's at the house working, but we really try hard as a couple to make sure that each of us gets to go do something, you know, that fills our cup. Whether, like today, for example, he went with Adam and he went scouting for a couple hours this morning. And for me, I might go to the gym tonight or
What is scouting, for those that don't know? Human scouting, Boy Scouts.
looking for books.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think that doing something that you love that doesn't involve your kids, like, honestly, because I feel like you almost like sometimes start to lose your identity and forget like who you are without having kids.
Yeah.
What's something that makes you genuinely happy?
This is so dumb, but honestly, I was like overfilled with joy when we were out the pool. It's gonna make me cry. It's so dumb, but I love the sunshine and I love being with my family. So I told you it's dumb, but
It's not dumb.
I just think, yeah, being outdoors with my family and my kids and people that I love.
Yeah. What would your ultimate day look like if you didn't have to worry about taking care of kids or a husband? Just you.
I'd probably wake up whenever I woke up, make myself some coffee, eat breakfast, poop. Coffee always makes you poop. We're being real, okay? I would go to the gym and then maybe have like a sauna session, because usually when I go to the gym, I'm on time crunch. So it's like I either gotta lift and do cardio or just lift. I don't usually have time to do the sauna. So if it was a me day, I would lift, do my cardio, do the sauna, because I absolutely love the sauna. Come home, take a cold shower, go to the pool, lay out for a few hours with a fruit bowl, eat lots of fruit with some lemonade. I love me a good lemonade. And then probably just come home and cozy up in bed and watch a good show. A whole lot of nothing.
Sounds like a good day. Is there anything that you're currently working on within yourself?
Yes, I feel like since having Jet, something I've really actually struggled with is like my patience with Brixton. I feel like I was always very patient with Brixton before I had Jet, but now I always worry. Like, he's very good with Jet for the most part, but then there's it's almost like love aggression that he has for him. And so I feel like I'm constantly getting after him for things that I probably don't always need to. Some things that I definitely need to, because sometimes he's a shit and he needs, to be yelled at. But I think I'm really trying hard to work on like the tone that I use with him. That's something that I've really struggled with and I need to be better at.
Do you feel like you're more confident now than you were when you were 21?
Yes, for sure.
In what ways?
I think when you, like, for one, in a relationship, I think that when you're like young and you're dating, like, you fear about them maybe looking at other women or
The jealous.
yeah, like I feel like I was way more jealous then, and I feel like now I'm like, okay, there's other beautiful women in the world. Like, I'm not gonna be butthurt if Chase turns his head, and I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, why are you staring at her? Like, I don't know. I feel like things like that don't bother me. Not that Chasen's over here like gawking at other women, but that was an example.
Yeah.
I'm confident in who I am as a wife. I know that there's obviously always things that I could work on or be better at, like cooking dinner. I'm terrible at it. I did cook dinner last night and it was pretty good. But that is one thing that I know I can be better at, but I know that I am like a good wife. I know that I'm a good mom, and I don't need that to be like told to me. And I know that like I'm a good person regardless of what, someone may think of me or what they may have heard. Like, I know that I go to bat for my family and for my close friends, and I know, the people that are in my circle are the ones that I want in my circle.
I think back to when I married Brad. I got pregnant. I was 19 when I got pregnant. We got married quickly, and that jealousy, I remember a girl sending him like a card for his birthday, because his birthday was the day after we got married. She didn't live in town. She had no idea he was married with a baby on the way. And she sent him like this picture of her in lingerie in the card. And I got it because I was the mail getter, and oh yeah, I lost my shit, not on him, just like, that jealousy that boils up, and especially being pregnant.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And yeah, I think back on things then that really bothered me, and I'm like, shit like that does not bother me. I mean, yeah, not like that. Like, if some girl was to send Adam a lingerie picture of her, of course I'm going to be like, what the?
Yeah.
Because everybody knows Adam's married. But I'm just meaning, like, I point out a beautiful woman,
Right.
If somebody has a nice body, I point it out. Where before that was something that I was very intimidated by.
Yeah.
I feel like the older you get, the more confident you get, that kind of stuff does not bother you.
Right.
Adam's past, like, has never bothered me. Like, people that I know that he has slept with, like, that doesn't bother me at all. It's like, that was way before me. It's got nothing to do with me, and what we have is completely different than what either one of us had before, So I just feel like with age, that happens. I feel like that's more common than not for you to be jealous at the young age.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you have any like insecurities that still stick up on you sometimes? That you're like, oh, didn't realize this whole thing,
I think like the common one that we all have at some point in time is just like not feeling confident in your body. Like, you may think, oh, like, this isn't flattering, or I don't feel cute, certain things like that. But as far as like who I am, I feel like pretty confident. Like, if people don't like me, this is something that I genuinely, like, to my core, do not care if you don't like me. The people that I care about liking me is, your guys' family, my own family, my husband, and my kids. That is it. Like, if some person was like, oh yeah, Harrison's a bitch, I don't like her, cool, I don't care. Like, that's your opinion of me. So,
what quality matters to you in friendship?
Being genuine. I am not like a everyday friend. You don't need to call me every day. You don't need to text me every day. But like, feeling like you genuinely care when you're reaching out or when you see me, like, that matters so much to me. And I feel like I am that friend to my best friends, and they are that to me. Yeah, I'm not the type of person that needs you to check up on me all the time, but to know that you genuinely care is a huge quality that I would look for in a friend.
Do you think friendships have gotten harder as you've gotten older?
Yeah. I don't know if it's necessarily age, though. I feel like it's like kids. I think that your life just changes,
Yeah, you're just like sometimes in different phases of life.
Right. Like, kind of mentioned before, like I'm not out late. I have kids. I'm not out at the bar. I have kids. Not that I would be out at the bar anyways at this age. Like, I think honestly, the only reason I would ever go to the bar is to people watch because I love to people watch.
That is fun.
But yeah, I think that your life just kind of changes once you have kids, and that's okay. Like some people are not meant to be close friends. Actually, Shane told me that from the gym. So that's a good quote. Some friends are not meant to be close. That's what he said.
What makes you feel most loved?
A handwritten letter.
Really?
Yeah. That's my absolutely favorite thing. I don't want it typed. I want a handwritten ink.
I agree. Your biggest pet peeve?
Farting loudly. My husband does that.
Yeah, I know.
What's your toxic trait?
Toxic trait?
You have one?
What do you guys think? I don't know.
I can't.
Not closing cupboard doors. Do you have an embarrassing habit? Do you like bite your toenails or anything?
Ew, no. I don't know. I don't feel like I do embarrassing stuff. Maybe I do stuff that's embarrassing that I don't even think is embarrassing.
I don't know.
I'm not easily embarrassed though.
Is there something you spend way too much money on?
Gym clothes.
Something your husband does that instantly annoys you?
Loudly farts. Like, why are we doing that? Why are we pushing it out as hard as we can?
Oh, them do that.
That's so gross.
Is there something that you judge people for even though you shouldn't?
Yes.
You have to say it. You don't want to. Go ahead.
No, I'm actually going to say this because it's the fact. If you're like dressed to the nines and your kids are with you and they are like scraggly looking, their hair's not brushed, I'm not saying that your kids need to be dressed in designer clothes, but I am saying that you should at least do their hair. Like if you have time to do your hair, you have time to do their hair.
Get their boogers off their damn face.
Yes.
Wash their face. Comb their
I'm not judging you. Like it's one thing like if you snap a picture, they're outside running, playing, whatever. Okay, but like if your kids are always looking grungy and you're looking nice, like take care of your kids.
Yeah.
I'm judging you for that.
What is your most irrational fear?
Being kidnapped.
Is there something you think something you secretly think that you're like super good at?
Singing in the shower. No. Sometimes I'm like, damn, that like actually sounded good. Then you get out of the shower and you're like, oh my gosh, it was just the shower.
Oh no.
What's something you'll defend until you die?
Yeah, my family. I will defend that Adam did not shrink during his last competition.
Oh my hell.
Inside joke. I will defend that one.
What would Jason say is the hardest thing about being married to you?
Something that I do that drives him crazy is leaving the visor down in the truck.
Really?
Yes. I think he thinks I do it on purpose, but like that's my habit. Every time I get in the car, I pull it down, like even when it's raining. That's what I do. And so when I get in his truck, I pull it down and then I leave it down and it drives him insane. That's probably like something that bugs him more than anything else.
Adam hates when I do that too, and he always like
Flings it up.
I'm all like,
Every time I go to get out of the truck, put it up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're ridiculous. But whatever.
okay, should we give Harrison some birthday love? Skip it now.
You don't love anything about me?
Tip notes.
Oh my hell, you and your damn notes. I was just going to do it off the fly.
Like mine's sort of just like scrambly notes.
Okay. What do I love?
Do I have to look
Ready?
Do I have to look at you while you say it? Or are you going to look at the camera?
Whatever makes you feel most awkward.
Like right at her.
You are my first daughter-in-law, so that there will always be that special bond there, and you have very much set the bar for what I expect now out of a daughter-in-law. I think about relationships, with lots of people and their in-laws, and it is nothing like we have at all. Like, you just don't find that, you know. Even today I was thinking, you know, yeah, I have a lot of friends that I talk to and go do things with, but you two are like my go-to, you know. You two are the ones that, like, if it came down to it, like, I would choose you two, you know. And I just think that's really cool. I love that you just fit right in with our family. Like, you give the boys shit, you give us shit, you are one of the boys, like you said. I love that you can put up with Chasen and his redneckishness, which I don't know where the hell it came. Actually, I do know where it came from. My mom has few.
Your mom?
My mom has cousins on her side.
Redneck?
Not like Chasen. Like,
Really?
Brad spoke proper English.
That is true.
Chasen, like, we haven't ate nothing all day. I always correct him.
Yeah, you do.
But yeah, my mom on the Buller side, there be some redneck in there, big time. So
Some. That's where it gets it.
that's what I said. But I love how you are with him. I love what kind of wife you are. And I especially love what kind of mother you are to your boys and my grandsons. I couldn't be like more proud of how you are with them and what kind of mom you are. And I know that sometimes you get frustrated and you feel like you're not doing a great job, but you always do a great job. You're a very hands-on mom. You're active with them. It doesn't matter what we're doing, you know, you're a very hands-on active mom. You want to play with them at the park. You want to go down the damn slide, even if you almost come off the slide. You want to catch bugs and lizards and all of those things with them. You know, I love that about you. I love that, you know, if I'm feeling yucky, you will do whatever you can to try and help that. You know, you're always offering, and I know it's just not an offer that you truly mean it, you know. I love the relationship we have, and I really, when I say it, like, I really couldn't ask for a better adult.
Thank you.
I'm not going to say there's not times that I don't want to, like, put you in a corner and ground you for a minute.
Same router.
Actually, when we went shooting the other day and we were gone all day, I was like, wow, I didn't hear from Harrison all day.
Yeah, because I knew you were gone. I checked your location.
Yeah. She's like, yeah, Harrison's over here. And I'm like, oh, makes sense. Now she has somebody else to go hang out with. But I feel very fortunate and blessed that you love us the way you do and that you are the person that you are. And there's nothing I would change.
Thanks. I love you. I stink like the outside.
Your breath probably, my hair probably stinks too. So we got a little glitch. The camera died. So we're coming back how many hours later?
Like 4, 5.
To finish it. This is like the very last part. We were almost done and it died. So we're like, let's hurry and finish it before dinner. But yeah, look, it's her birthday dinner and I hate what I made. No, I love it. The taste of it.
Oh yeah, I just taste a lot of ingredients and
it's tedious.
We've only made it once.
Really? No, I haven't made it.
Yeah, I'm saying like me and Chasen have only made it once because it's like 50 ingredients and you use like a teaspoon of each ingredient.
Well, and you have to chop everything up tiny. Yeah, it's delicious. In the butt.
Yes. It's the P.F. Chang's lettuce wrap. What? Oh my gosh. Honestly, I don't really know what they have there besides these lettuce wraps. But they're good.
I'm not going to look at nuts. I just want you to know.
I have to look at the camera or else I get anxious.
How much I like truly admire you. But when I was thinking of things like, I think you just truly embody resilience. Like you've been through a lot of shit like in your life. Even, you know, as a grown up and what you went through after Brixton, but like nobody would ever know it because you just like bounced back. She's like a little Energizer bunny. You just bounced back. But like truly, you just like embodied it. And seeing you become a mom has been so special because like your boys know how loved they are. Everybody knows that around you, but even your boys, as little as they are, like they know that. And you do like everything that you possibly can to just make sure that they have the very best. And you know, you make everybody else feel that way also. Like you make everyone feel loved, even people that don't really know you. You're just a special human.
Thank you.
She's not special.
The way that you show up for your family, like not just your boys, but your whole family, doesn't go unnoticed. Like you said, like you really love your family and yours like fiercely, and that's like a really cool thing about you. But I'm just glad, you know, we're more than sister-in-laws, and we haven't really gotten to
hang out
together in person, like at all. I mean, here and there.
We've just been social media friends for the past 5 years.
I mean, we've had that bond, but I'm just glad now, like we can build that more and be more than, you know, sisters, but also build like our friendship in person every day. Even just having you over a few days when you're not, I'm like, oh.
Well, good, because I feel like, man, she didn't kick me out yet because I've been here like every day. She's probably sick of me, or Flo's sick of me.
Oh, he's not. He does it too, but I'm just really excited to finally be able to be around you all the time.
Me too.
I'm just glad you're part of our family. Like she said, you just fit right in, and they were like one of our missing pieces.
Well, I love you.
Happy birthday.
We have two more boys that better bring girls into their lives like you. Well, we already have one. We already have one that's, you know, coming. But yeah, you even though your feet are tiny,
there's big
shoes to fill in the daughter-in-law part.
Thank you, guys. I love you both so much, and I am so grateful that I picked such an amazing family to marry into. Birthdays are such a good reminder that we are constantly becoming different versions of ourselves. You don't have to have everything figured out at 27, 37, or even 52. I can't wait to see what this next year brings.
This week's tip is to stop rushing your life just because you think you should be somewhere else by now. There's no timeline you have to follow, and you're allowed to change your mind, start over, take a different path, find a new career, whatever. We've got a lot of time to figure it out, and just enjoy the season that you're currently in and live life. Love life.
That's a good one.
Life, yeah. Thank you for hanging out with us on this special episode of She Who Thrives. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend. We will be back next Wednesday with a brand new episode. But until then, remember, no matter what you're doing in life, do it to the best of your ability and always strive to thrive.